All right, today we're breaking down Jingle Bell Rock, a song that has paid for Brian Setzer's pomade 10 lifetimes over. And the part we're going to talk about sounds like this. So this is a really good lesson in kind of incorporating a classic melody into a new arrangement and also talking about maybe getting a lead sound out of a triad, okay? So this is in the key of D. All right, and that famous intro actually starts way down here on the 14th fret of the high E string and the 15th fret of the B string kind of played together 3 times. And then what happens next is you get 14E and 14B together 3 times, okay? And it's important to think of this as being in the key of D and using the D chord as kind of a basis for a lot of this, because if you take this same chord but move it 12 frets higher an octave, you end up right where this kind of like little lead intro riff solo starts out. But we're really just taking the highest 2 parts of a D major chord. So it's kind of seeing these chord voicings in lead parts that is going to be really helpful. And to skip ahead to the progression that starts with the D major to a D major 7, where you just bar 2, 2, and 2 on the bottom 3 strings. That's the second part of that. That's really representative, an octave higher, of where the chord progression is going. And another thing about the next part, so after we get these 2 kind of chords here, we've got this part. So let's talk about just the notes of this, okay? You could see this as maybe like a little pentatonic type deal, but basically it's 14E to 17E on the high E string, then 15 to 17 on the B string, a bend on 17B, back to 15, G string, 16, 14. And this is Jingle Bell Rock, which is a song that was written much after Jingle Bells, okay? And if you think about that classic Jingle Bell melody, you can kind of see how that right there is representative of what the end lick ends up being. So it's kind of cool because it's kind of paying homage to a classic and it's incorporating it into more of a rockabilly type deal, along with these kind of triad solo type deal things, right? And then the classic, which is like, that's just like the best thing ever, right? So it's the open A string, 3 on the E string, 2 on the E string, open E string. And that's just descending down a scale to get to a D. If we took a D scale, but we're just kind of getting ourselves to that intro D chord. So we're just kind of going backwards, bum, 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 leading us down into a D major, all right? And then we just kind of have like a rockabilly style dissension within this D major chord. We have D major, we had the 7th note in the D major scale, the C sharp. We're just melodically, we're going down, but over a D chord. So that's going to give us a D major 7, a D6. So that gets us down. Then we're going to go back to D7, major 7. D6, 7, A7. Okay? And then A7 being the 5 in the key of D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, which is always kind of that bluesy deal that is going to kind of incorporate some of that bluesiness, that rockabilly tension into, a typical Christmas standard. And then after that, we're just kind of going back and forth between E minor A7, E minor A7. So again, this is a chord progression version of that intro. It's kind of a cool way to connect them. So it's really, aside from being, you know, one of the better Christmas songs, I suppose, if not severely overplayed like every single Christmas song. But it's worth talking about because it's a good example of using triads that you already know, just basic open chords, an octave higher, to get like a cool open song, and then really just kind of like hearing a melody, something classic, into more of like a lead, you know, type deal. So anyways, hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.